Yo, what's poppin' YouTube? It's March 2017, so that means we gotta do our PC build of the month. Now, Ryzen CPUs just recently came out, so that's why I kind of waited to do this PC build. I didn't want my video to get saturated with all the other Ryzen PC builds, even though it probably most likely will, so that's why I kind of released this build a little bit late. But this is a $1,000 MicroATX a PC build. This is more for productivity, not as much as gaming, but you still will be able to game on this PC. So first, a quick word and then we'll begin. Yo guys, if you're looking to save on some of the latest and greatest games for this year, D2A has got your back. Click the link down below and get started. Remember guys, pay, save, game. G2A.com. So for the CPU, I went with the AMD RYZEN 7 1700 CPU. I went with this one because it's obviously better for productivity purposes as well. You can still be able to game with it just fine, but it's more of a productivity CPU, and this is more of a productivity PC, so that's why I went with it. You can pick it up right now at Newegg for $330. There is a deal right now going on eBay right now. I'll leave the link down below, but you can pick this up for $300 as well, which you will save $30, which is a pretty good deal. Honestly, I don't know how long this deal is gonna last, so if you see it, I would hurry up and click on that link to see if it's still running, and that's why I went with the CPU. So the coolest CPU, I went with the Corsair Hydro Series H55 Quiet Edition liquid cooler. I went with this because honestly, the CPU is a 65 watt TDP, so it doesn't get too hot as other CPUs, and all you really need is a 120 millimeter CPU cooler for this, because these are not the best overclock CPUs, and you should be able to hit like the boost clock, I think, of 3.7, 3.8 pretty easy with this water cooler. And plus, this PC only comes with like one fan, so I would put the cooler hooked on the back, obviously, and move that fan to the front. But that's why I went with the CPU cooler. It's all you really need. I wanted to water cool this CPU just to be on the safe side, to be able to hit the best overclock and have the best temps, and that's why I went with it. And right now, you can pick this up at Newegg for $60. And there's also a $10 mail-in rebate if you guys want to do that, which will drop down the price to $50 as well. So for the motherboard, I went with the MicroATX motherboard. I went with the MSI B350M Gaming Pro AM4 AMD motherboard. This is a pretty simple motherboard. It does have ambient red gaming lighting, so some people may like that, some people may not like it. This is not a motherboard for everyone, but this is kind of like a AMD themed build, so I kind of wanted to make it black and red, because black and orange, I really couldn't find parts for that. So that's why I went with this motherboard. It's very simple. It has an M.2. Has one M.2 slot. I think it has two USB 2.0s in the back and 4 USB 3.0s in the back. I'm not 100% sure. I know there's 6 USB ports. It doesn't tell you what it has. I'm sorry. It has M.2 like I said, and it has 4 SATA 6GB ports as well. So pretty much is everything you really need for a MicroATX $1,000 PC. Also, this motherboard right now you can pick it up at Newegg for only $80. So for the memory, I went with the G.Skill Ripjaws 5 series. This is a 6GB kit running at DDR4 2666. I went with this one because it's like silver, gray, whatever you guys want to call it, because I didn't want to have too much black and red in there. The graphics card we went to has like silver on it, so that's why I went with this RAM pretty much. It was on the cheaper side. RAM is very expensive right now, unfortunately. But I found a silver kit, so I thought it would still look good in the PC overall, so that's why I went with it. You can pick this kit right now on Newegg for $107. So I couldn't decide on getting a hard drive and an SSD or just getting maximum storage for a hard drive, so I decided to go with the second one, maximum storage. Now don't worry, this is still a fast hard drive. It runs at 72 RPMs. I decided to go with the Seagate Barracuda 2TB hard drive. The model number is ST2000DM006. I went with this because honestly I just felt like having the maximum storage would just be better for a productivity PC build, so that's why I went with it. Honestly, you can pick this up right now at Best Buy for about $69. So for GPU, I went with the Sapphire Nitro Radeon RX 480 8GB model. I went with this model because honestly, I think for the price and every GPU around this price, this had the best core clock right out of the box at the highest megahertz, in my opinion. Also, all the AMD cards have like this deal right now. You can get a free game of Doom, which is always nice. It's always nice to get a free $60 game. So that's why I went with this. I honestly think this is the best GPU out of the price range for all the RX 480s to buy, in my opinion. Plus, it has RGB lighting or Nitro lighting, whatever it's called. Pretty much RGB, it's the same thing. And I just think like this one looks pretty good for the most part. It's kind of simple, and plus the back plate, it has like a kind of a silver tone to it, so it went with our RAM sticks as well. So I just thought it would look good in our PC build, and that's why I went with this. So you'll be able to game at 1080p no problem, be able to play games at 60 plus frames, and be able to edit videos as well. And plus, depending on what editing software you use, you'll be able to utilize your GPU as well. So that's why I went with it. Plus, it fits in our $1,000 budget. And you can pick this up right now at Newegg for $230, or do the mail-in rebate and pick it up for $215. So for the power supply to power everything up, I went with the Rosewill Glacier Series 600 modular power supply. Sorry, I butchered the name. This is a semi-modular power supply. I went with this one because honestly, Rosewill is a pretty good power supply. I have a friend who uses one. I built a PC with them before. They're pretty good power supplies. There's nothing wrong with it. The only downside with this power supply is at the end. They are sleeved, but at the end there is mustard and ketchup wires, which doesn't look good overall. But I mean, everyone picks their own power supply, so it is what it is. I just went with this one because it's a decent power supply. It's 600 watts, so it will power everything up, and plus you'll still have extra juice left over. And right now you can pick this up at Newegg for $55. I think this is a good power supply overall, and that's why I went with it. Now for the case, I went with the Carbide series from Corsair, the 88R MicroATX mid-tower case. This case is only, I believe, 15 inches tall, so it's not that big, to be honest. But I went with it because it's a simple case, it's easy to build in, it's just a good looking case that's very simply designed. I think with the MSI motherboard in here, it will shine nice and red. It'll just be a really good, nice theme. Red and black build, and the RAM and the graphics card, everything would just look good in this case, in my opinion. I just think for a $1,000 productivity build, this is just a nice case. That's honestly why I went with it. And Corsair Corsair has a good record for pretty much all their products, so they probably won't cut any corners on this case. That's just my opinion. So you can pick this up right now on the website of Corsair for about $50. And don't forget, guys, it does come with USB 3.0 and in the front with USB 2.0 as well. So our PC rounded up to be about $1,004.89. If you do the eBay CPU deal that you could pick it up and save $30, this PC build will be well under $1,000, and plus there's some mail-in rebates as well. And don't forget, there is a $60 free Doom game, so you can pretty much get this CPU, if you really did all the math, for about $920 at the end of the day. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please make sure to follow me on Twitch and Twitter and all of my social medias. I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.